come back. Bobby Evans, come back. Like, Steiny, those guys are from a cloth that I believe means something, and I don't think Farhan has that. And I got to be careful here because he didn't know I was spying on him, but I was just watching him work the room, and he didn't work it, if that's fair. And that may not be where the Giants are, but we'll get to him now. But, Steiny, I don't know who can take on this task of bringing the Giants back to being relevant again.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're going to get into today. Hopefully, Brian Sabian's going to join us, the former executive of the San Francisco Giants, who was inducted into the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame last night. Hopefully, he can join us. We're efforting, but we're going to spend a lot of time on baseball. And I have a simple question, and I was going to say I got a simple question for Giants fans, but it's not for Giants fans because there may not be as many Giants fans out there. What happened between 2016, 2017, and now? How has this organization fallen from where it was in 2016 to now? And here's the thing, forget about the team for a minute. Why has San Francisco lost interest in the San Francisco Giants? I was here in 10, 12, 14, 16. It was a phenomenon what was going on. It was absolutely incredible. The ballpark was packed every night, men and women. They were the hottest ticket in town. It was a baseball town. They owned this city. The Giants owned this city before the Warriors went on their run. What's happened? If you are a Giants fan that's lost interest, I would love to know what happened. Was it specific? Has it been building? But you talk about eras, and it's obvious. Those titles were a decade ago.
Wow, man.
A decade ago. And in that decade, but even in less of a time, because there was still excitement about this team in 2016.
They made the playoffs.
Yeah. But what happened?
They got boring. And I don't think they have the players on the field or have drafted the players. I got to be careful there because we haven't seen. But, Steiny, they become boring. And that's why I believe, people haven't been in the seats. I asked Evan if he knew where they were in attendance this early season, Steiny. They were 11th. That's better than 28th or 29th. But with that said, we just watched last year, for instance. They were dead men walking. There was no pizzazz. There was no new Buster Posey. Joey Bart, who was supposed to be that. If maybe that, I'm being unfair, but you can dream and hope he could take the mantle. Shout out Mickey. But, Steiny, they have become boring right before our eyes.
888-957-9570. Is there a Giants fan or fans out there that can basically explain to me? I mean, I have my ideas, and the teams, obviously, the wins and losses have a lot to do with it.
What about the platooning, Steiny? 49er Frankie told you at Norm's party. Him and his daughter, Katarina, they had to wait till 4 o'clock or 4:30 to decide if they were going to the game because they needed to know who was going to be in it. Does that matter? Is that a turnoff? I'm asking you, would it be for you? It was for the Carrillo family.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that go into it. I think this has taken, it has taken almost a decade to go from the Giants being the talk of the town, the hottest ticket, when the ballpark was a scene.
Wow, a scene.
So it took 8 years to get to this point, and I get it. The team's struggling right now, but this is less about the team than what happened to the connection to the fan base. This team, we're going to have Brian Sabian on, hopefully. And I'll never forget one of the things he said when we talked to him a few years back was when the Giants made moves, they did take into account what the fan reaction may be.
Wow.
The fans didn't determine what happened, but they obviously braced for the reaction, and they were ready for that. But that's probably not done anymore, and I think that's a factor. But I'm asking Giants fans right now, what's kind of happened in the last 6-8 years? Has it been one thing? Has it been a series of things? I'm telling you, like I'm old enough to see generational stuff, and
you're going beyond the players.
Oh, absolutely!
Wow, man,
absolutely. This dude from 2010 to 2015. Let me tell you something. If you weren't a Giants fan, I mean the Giant. And I mean this in a good way. Giants fans were so obnoxious back in 2010, 2012, 2014. Yeah. And I mean that in a good way, but they were celebrating. They were on cloud nine. They had the best team in baseball. How does the city go from that electric to, dare I say, nobody cares? Or fewer people care? And you know what? Maybe this is and let me ask you this. Isn't this a cautionary tale for the Golden State Warriors? Not that I want to bring them up, but the Giants had a dynasty, and here they are 10 years later. Is it a cautionary tale for the Golden State Warriors? What are the differences? What are the similarities? What's going on with the San Francisco Giants, and why have they lost their connection to this city?
Man, you're a fire, Steiny. I appreciate it. It's a difficult question, and I'm here to hear everybody's answer. YouTube, Twitch, 888-957-9570. I need to be careful here because I didn't come in, and I never do, with an agenda. But, Steiny, I'm not dumb. We've talked about the sport that I love, which is baseball. It's hemorrhaging right now, just all around the nation. So is it fair that maybe the Bay Area baseball fan, their interest has waned, regardless if the 27 Yankees were on the field? I'm just asking you, how do you process your partner saying that? Because I'll say this, and Farhan doesn't need me to defend him, but good God, you brought in Snell, you brought in Chapman, the Lee in center field. So that was something, and it hasn't manifested into, necessary measures on the field right now when you look at wins and losses. But as far as shopping, you did go do that. And I was like, okay, I'm grading on a curve. Farhan, you did something. But Steiny, what about what you just hit me in the cardiac muscle with since 2016? Is this bigger than any said move that you did make or made? Is this more of, do you think it's possible that the Bay Area baseball fan has gone a little college football fan? Because, we get hit about, we don't care about college football here. Is there any merit to that? And shout out the lake.
I don't know. I just know that it took 6 or 8 years to get to this spot where you go from
the talk of the town. You said it.
The Giants ran this town.
Wow.
They ran this town.
Man.
And to go from that to, they are the third franchise now, and it's not even close, behind the 49ers and the Warriors. Is that part of it? When you're in the same city as the Warriors and the 49ers, you can't put a product like this on the field? I don't know, but my quick response would be, it took 6 or 8 years to get to this point. It's going to take more than one good year to get out of it.
Oh, man.
I really believe that.
Well, we're talking about a connection, Steiny.
Exactly.
So, who on the field now is Buster Posey? Who's Derek Jeter? And you got a bunch of young guys that, if I got a guy, then I'm just saying Chapman right now, Steiny. I feel like he's had his best day. If I could see him, if I had my brothers on, do I want to watch him hit 220 or a guy like Casey Schmidt hit 220? I would take Casey Schmidt all day.
Yeah, I think Giants fans are with